In today's video, we will be talking about the K-1 visa application, who are eligible to apply, and what are the requirements. Hello everyone, my name is Jackie and welcome to the channel. Before I proceed to the topic, I just wanted to disclose that I am not an immigration attorney and this is not legal advice. Alright, so who are qualified to apply for a K-1 visa application? First requirement is you must be a U.S. citizen. Green card holder is actually not eligible to apply, unfortunately, but don't lose hope because you are eligible to apply for a spousal visa. But for now, regarding the K-1 visa application, only the U.S. citizen are eligible to apply. So what are the things that you can provide as a proof that you are a U.S. citizen? So you can provide a biographic page copy of your passport. So the ones that has your picture and personal information, so you just need one copy of it. So by the way, USCIS does not require to provide an original document. They highly recommended to provide only the copy unless they told you to provide the original copy. So if you don't have a passport, you can also provide a birth certificate. And also, if you are a naturalized citizen, you can provide a certificate of naturalization. The second qualification for a K-1 visa is you must meet in person within 2 years. So, for example, you have met last month, which is December of 2024, you can still apply for a K-1 visa application until December of 2026. So after that, you are no longer qualified to apply for a K-1 visa. It doesn't actually count how long you've been in a relationship. As long as you have met once, then you are qualified. What are the things that you can provide as a proof that you have met in person? You have to provide a lot of photos, take a lot of photos, any hotel accommodation with your names on it, the boarding pass. You need to make sure that you have a stamp on your passport when you entered to your fiance's country, and when you actually meet your fiance, take photos with friends and family. That is very important. The next eligibility requirement for the K-1 visa is you, the petitioner, and the beneficiary must be legally free to marry. So you can provide a divorce decree, finality, and annulment order, or you can provide a death certificate of prior spouses. What are the income requirements? So for the income requirements, you must meet the poverty guidelines there. It depends on your household number. So I'll put the link on the description box so that you can verify if you are eligible for the income requirements. The application fee for the K-1 visa as of right now, January of 2025, is a total of $675. You can pay it using your personal check, cashier's check, money order, or you can also pay using your credit card. But I don't recommend using a credit card because, when you have a large amount, your bank will normally decline because they think it's a fraud. So they will only try it twice, but if they cannot take the payment out, then they will decline your application. You also need to fill out the form when you are paying for a credit card. I will post the name of the form that you can fill out using your credit card if you decided to use that as your payment. And where do you send the application? The application is being sent in Texas. So there are two locations. One is in Dallas and the other one is in Louisville. Depending on your courier, for example, if you are using a USPS, then you are going to use the Dallas location. If you are using FedEx, DHL, or UPS, then you can use the Louisville location. It doesn't matter where you're at. For example, if you are in Chicago or if you're in California, so you needed to submit your application still in Texas, which is in Dallas location and in Louisville location, depending on your career. So the heart of this application is actually the form I-129F. It's called Petition for an Alien Fiancé. This is the form that you will be using when applying for a K-1 visa. I actually have a video about how to fill out this form, but I will also try to make an updated video on the new form that was recently updated. So I highly recommend also to check the USCIS website for the edition date, because they change it over time. When you're submitting for your application, you also need to include a 2 copies of a 2x2 picture, with one from you and one from the beneficiary. You also have to put your full name at the back of the picture. Also, you need to provide a letter of intent to marry within 90 days. You can provide 2 letters, one from beneficiary and one from petitioner, which is you, the U.S. citizen that you intended to marry within 90 days from the time that your fiancé arrived in the United States. It does not need to be mailed like an original copy. So what I did during my time, my husband right now, which was my fiancé before, he emailed me a letter, and I have to I printed it out, and then I signed, and then I scanned it back to him, and that's what he used when he submit the application, and I don't have any issues. So it's okay to scan the document. They are allowing it, but they are not allowing to have it docu-signed. So unfortunately, electronic signature is not yet eligible when applying for a K-1 visa to the USCIS. Also, you need to expect that this process takes a while. So the time frame for a K-1 visa application normally takes 6 months to 1 year. So when you submit your application to the USCIS, the first thing that you will be receiving is the notification that they have received your application, but it's not yet an approval. Okay, they only wanted to notify you that they got your application, and they will process it, and it's gonna stay there forever. It feels forever, but normally it takes 5 months or 6 months. They will send you a notification that the application has been approved. So once you receive the application that has been approved, that normally calls the notice of action 2. The first notification is notice of action 1, which they will let you know that they have received your application. The notice of action 2 is notification that your application has been approved. So once USCIS approved your application, they will forward your application to the NVC, or also known as National Visa Center. So on the NVC stage, they will do another processing, which normally takes 2 to 4 weeks. They will give you a case number, and then they will let you know that your application has been forwarded to the U.S. Embassy, where you wanted to conduct your interview, your visa interview. Unfortunately, the last video that I filmed wasn't saved for some reason, but here I am making a continuation on that K-1 visa application. So once your NVC application has been approved, and then it's now forwarded to the U.S. Embassy, you have to take the medical test. And then after the medical test, you have to schedule your biometrics appointment. And then after you schedule your biometrics appointment, you have to schedule the visa interview. So for the visa interview, it is just easy. Don't worry. It's only like a couple of questions, and these are basic questions. This is just all about you, the petitioner, and the beneficiary. So they will ask you, for example, when was the last time you've met? And what is your husband or fiance's work? So that's normally the question, and they will repeat it to make sure that you are not lying. So they will ask you another question, which is similar to the question that I asked previously. And then It's just less than 5 minutes, and then your visa is going to be approved if you don't have any missing documentation. So normally they will take your passport, and that's when you know that your visa has been approved. And then after that, you will receive a yellow pocket. So you do not need to open the yellow pocket because you will need to bring it with you and give it to the officer at the airport when you arrived in the United States. The only thing that you will open is the plastic where the yellow packet is inside, because you have to take out your passport. um yeah, so what before you fly to the United States, you need to undergo with the CFO seminar. It's just easy. And then after that, you also need to pay for a travel tax. You can pay it at the airport, or you can also pay it online before your flight. Sometimes the ticket also includes the travel tax, but if you don't have it included on your ticket, then you can just like pay it at the airport, or you can pay it online in advance. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please share it to your friends that is also sharing the same journey with you. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.